He's just crushing
Just to recap, the latest Wall Street Journal poll shows DeSantis with a 14-point lead. The USA Today Suffolk University poll has DeSantis with a 23-point lead.
And he's not even running. Like,
I know.
Ron is he's sitting in his home in Tallahassee, figuring out how to own the libs. And he's like plus 23 over Donald Trump.
Trump posted on his social media page that he has to, quote, put up with the same old stuff, claiming the Wall Street Journal has, quote,
prosecutors
lost an incalculable amount of influence, and that Fox News, which has not released new polling, has been, quote, seriously wrong from the day I came down the escalator.
I want to talk about how the Republicans seem to have retreated to their ALAMO position. Ron DeSantis.
Sold out. That's sort of like Trump family members' books going to #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. Someone's out buying books for them. Someone's buying NFTs for them, or they're doing it themselves. I mean, unless there are people who would pay $99 to get a screenshot of that hideousness. Here's reaction from two of former president's closest allies.
Whoever advised him on that, I'd fire him immediately.
These cards feature some of the really incredible.
Okay, I got it. I can't watch it again. Make it stop. Anybody in the comms team and anybody in Mar-a-Lago, and I love the folks down there, but we're at war. They ought to be fired today.
It's pretty bad when even Michael Flynn and Steve Bannon think that you fucked up.
Covers Donald Trump lashing out at the polls, showing Ron DeSantis just absolutely obliterating him in the GOP primary polls. Also with the senior columnist for the Daily Beast, Matt Lewis. Matt, I just have to start with you. I would like to feel sorry for people who have been riding the Trump train for 6 years now and who still are stubbornly on the Trump train. But when you've lost General Flynn, when you've lost Steve Bannon.
This is true.
When you've lost Trump meme maker on Twitter, Cat Turd, perhaps you've lost the Trump base.
I think so, Joe. That's the amazing thing about this is that this is the first time we've seen hardcore right-wingers jump off the bandwagon, and I think it's partly because of the midterm losses. I think it's partly because of Ron DeSantis. And if you look at the contrast, it's pretty stark. Ron DeSantis, say what you will about him, but he is picking these culture war battles that actually have action items, right? So whether it's going after the Martha's Vineyard stunt or viewpoint discrimination, going after Mickey Mouse or now the vaccines, he's actually doing stuff in the culture war.
If this is all the Republicans have, we're going to win again. The best they got is Ron DeSantis.
And what is Donald Trump delivering for the populist right? What is Donald Trump giving the nationalist populist right? NFTs, which, as Mika points out, you could screenshot. Like that's Donald Trump's version of winning the culture war. And so I think that a lot of these folks are looking and saying, hey, this other guy over here, the governor of Florida, is actually doing our bidding, and he's younger. Look, the good news, I think, is if you're not a Trump fan, the good news is that the American public are fickle.
The best they got is Ron DeSantis. By golly, I'm standing up to Disney, and I'm not allowing CRT into our state. Here, freedom reigns, by God. How weak and pathetic. The best this guy's got is owning the libs. And Mickey Mouse handed Ron DeSantis his ass. You're an idiot. If you can't beat Mickey Mouse, you damn sure can't beat Joe Biden. I'm just saying. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal.
At the White House today, President Biden brought the heat, signing what they call the Respect for Marriage Act, which promotes same-sex and interracial marriage. from the possibility of another unpopular ruling from the Supreme Court. Joe Biden, back in 1996, he voted for the Defense of Marriage Act, which defined marriage as a relationship between a man and a woman. And then in 2012, he became the highest-ranking U.S. politician to publicly support same-sex marriage when he was vice president. He even beat Obama to it. And now, here we go. It's possible that maybe he's a little bit too enthusiastic about this thing, because that's not necessary. So watching Bravo again in the Oval Office. That bill passed with strong bipartisan support in the House and Senate. Wow, even the partisanship was by. That's really great.